What is up? I'm back with another episode of The Flash. It's super late right now, and I have to go watch another episode, so I'm gonna keep this as short as possible while covering everything. But also, I gotta be kind of quiet, so hopefully this is loud enough to come through. So, episode 14, subject 9, which is in reference to the 9th bus meta that they find. Last episode, I was having trouble figuring out how many actual metas they had ran into. I thought it was 7, and I could count 7, but there was really 8, and I was just super confused. Anyways, so this is number 9. It's in an alteration of the Fiddler from the Flash comics, who's a male in the comics, so they switched up the gender and threw her into the mix, and I think they did a really good job of it. She was dynamic, which was really weird for one episode. Like, she seemed pretty set out on doing everything herself, but then when it came down to it, she was like, oh yeah, I could use the help. So I guess we'll get into this. So Barry comes back out of prison to unemployment. He is not working with CCPD anymore. He's been fired. Not necessarily, but he's on a leave of absence for however long they keep him off the force. And so that'll have its own problems later on, and I'm sure eventually he'll get hired back to work for CCPD, but from now, who knows when he'll be back, if ever. So he's no longer working with Joe, and it's just awkward. He walks in, everybody's just staring at him. He's just like, but I'm pretty sure he kind of knew that was coming. So let's get into the actual Fiddler part of this. So the Fiddler is a striving artist, striving art, whatever you want to call it, artist. She's trying to blow up. She's really close. She's doing a couple gigs in Central City, and so the Flash and Elongated Man, Barry and Ralph, go to her concert as part of the buddy system to try and talk to her and save her from DeVoe before he shows up. She turns down their help. She's like, okay, yeah, real funny, and then walks away. And then later on, it pans over to DeVoe and his wife, and we see that he's struggling with this new body already, and he's having trouble standing like usual. The body's just not able to work with his overbearing mind and power, and it's causing him to go a little bit crazy, a little bit off the rails, a little too much. And his wife is noticing it. He's reading her mind, and that's what she's thinking, is he's going crazy. And I think to an extent he kind of is. He's kind of losing himself in all these other people, which is super metaphorical and super literal all at the same time. So then what happens next? We get to see the DeVoe. Well, I guess before DeVoe shows up, Flash, Elongated Man, and Vibe all pop up, and they're like, hey, Fiddler, you need to come with us. You're in danger. She's like, everyone keeps telling me that. Yes, obviously, it's because you're in danger. And then DeVoe pops up literally right after, and she kind of laughs. DeVoe takes out all 3 of the heroes with one shot, and then the Fiddler just one shot knocks the shit out of DeVoe, and his wife has to come save him, pull him out of the out of the fight into the pocket dimension, which we find out about later. That DeVoe's in a pocket dimension. That's where his lair is. So then we get a scene where Harry comes back from Earth 2, and he's back in accordance with Jessie coming back next episode. And so he's back trying to help Cecile with her problem of Jo always in her head. They create a cerebral inhibitor that they were told to use by Savitar against DeVoe. And unfortunately, when they go to fight him, again, it doesn't end up working, which leads to the death of the Fiddler. And DeVoe takes over her body. But I think that was going to happen no matter what. Barry pushed her a little too hard. Maybe if he didn't push too hard, she'd be a little more equipped and more comfortable with the situation and not left Star Labs and chased after DeVoe. It's a big what if, but it happened that way, and so she left Star Labs, fights DeVoe, gets caught. The good luck of I forget her name already. I want to remember her name. the girl that he took over her body. The one that influences the luck around them. The bad luck broke her fiddle. And, oh, bad luck at this time. Like, she obviously used her powers without the fiddle before to take DeVoe out, but, like, her fiddle broke, and there's a big confidence break right there if you're having performance issues. So that giant fight goes down. Frost and Vibe are tagged out because Vibe tried to vibe where the Fiddler was. He found her, but DeVoe stepped in and knocked Vibe out through the vibe. Which, I mean, you think if those were your powers, you know how to control them better than everybody else. But no, he does not. He still gets taken out on the regular in his vibes. He still gets knocked the fuck out by aliens, by DeVoe, by whoever else he's vibing. Everyone else already knows that he's there somehow. But he gets knocked out. Killer Frost is tagged out because Caitlin decides to stay and help him, even though he's totally fine. So it's just Elongated Man and Flash and the Fiddler against DeVoe, which should be enough, but they focus too much on getting the cerebral inhibitor on DeVoe, and it doesn't work out very well. DeVoe teases him with the I am Kilgore thing, which was super goofy when he did it, and even goofier when she tried to pull it off. So that fight goes down, the Fiddler dies, DeVoe takes her body, which it just kind of was defeating for Ralph, sitting there having to watch what Barry just watched before, trying to save the metas, and DeVoe just swoops in and kills them all. DeVoe has gotten very, very dark very fast. The storyline was like, oh, I just want to help see the world be better and more efficient, and oh, I'm going to kill all these people and steal their bodies because otherwise I die. And it comes to like a dark, dark twist where he's going to go insane and not have the same views, and he wants just world domination or something like that. Or he kills his wife and realizes, oh, I'm just truly a horrible person, or whatever it is. He's gonna have that breaking point where he realizes it, kind of how Kate and James realized it was his fault his son died, because he couldn't protect him and he wasn't a father for him. And so I'm thinking eventually that'll happen with DeVoe. Probably not in the same way that leads to his downfall like Kate and James, but it's gonna happen soon where Kane realizes, oh, nobody wants to be a part of this. I have to do this all by myself and control the world and enslave everybody with my mind, whatever it is. I think leading up to this, I think the whole reason he's kept the Flash on edge is because, one, that's his biggest threat, and two, because he's going to need the Flash's body, because it's the only thing that can move fast enough to heal all his cells and hold the amount of power. Because let's be honest, Flash is the number one superhero over on DC side. Obviously, if DeVoe wanted to, he could take somebody like Superman's body, Green Lantern, or whoever's body. I mean, I guess not Green Lantern, it's just Hal Jordan at the end of the day, but somebody like, not Batman, but like somebody super overpowered, like Captain Atom, Aquaman, somebody with insane stamina and strength. That's what he needs to hold all these powers. And so I think he's going to absorb all these powers and hold them, and then use them to beat Barry is his goal, and then take over Barry's body is his plan. But I don't think it'll come to fruition. I think he's gonna die. I'm 90% sure Barry in the True Colors episode said, "I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person." I think eventually we're gonna see Barry cross that line. We haven't seen it in the show yet, but I think it's gonna come down to Barry living or dying and choosing to kill DeVoe or not. I think they're finally going to cross that line. They didn't do it with Savitar. They didn't do it with Zoom. They didn't do it with Thawne. I think if they have to do it, it's going to be with a non-speedster villain. So, just my thoughts. Not that it's going to happen. But the good side of Barry is that he's joining Dibny as a PI. So he's going to be a private investigator with Dibny. And Dibny wants to take the lead. Ralph is like dead set on killing DeVoe. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Ralph wants to take him down so hard. After having to watch the Fiddler die, somebody who he actually was getting close to and caring about, watching her die was just like, this guy is fucked up and needs to be gone. So I'm excited to see where he goes, because he's going to start taking the leadership role more. He's going to not get his own show, but he's going to start being a major player here soon. Like, up on, like, 5 level stuff. Like, he's in on every mission at this point. He's got to be. Because he's not going to sit out at all. Not as, like, he used to be like, oh, I'm not, like, super confident, I can't do this, like, I'm going to let my friends down. Now he's like, I'm going to kick DeVoe's ass. He's not, he's ready to go. He's there. The one thing I am worried about is the chance that he dies. The chance that DeVoe does take his powers and takes his body. That would be a major plot twist. Is to see him, that's DeVoe's final form. Because that would kill, one, that kills the rest of Team Flash. Everybody would be so disappointed that when they let him down, and now when they have to fight DeVoe, he looks like Ralph. That would kill everybody's spirits. Especially because DeVoe's going to get more and more, I need to be a part of this. If he does die, that's going to kill the show. So, oh, dude. It's not going to kill the show. Everybody's still going to love the show. It's going to kill everybody's mood watching the show. Everyone's going to be like, no fucking way they just did that. Because we're episode 14 right now. There's still 9 episodes. So, 3 metas, 9 episodes. That's it. 1 meta every 3. This next episode, I'm super excited for, so I have to finish this real quick so I can go watch. This next episode is totally away from DeVoe. Other problems outside of that. I'm sure they can do a 2 or 3 episode arc where they bring back Thawne. Or bring in some other speedster villain. Or Barry goes to the future to try and stop DeVoe and causes problems when he comes back. some little arc like that. I really want to see him go to the future again. I would really like that because it worked so well last time. And it was a cool thing to see. Like if Barry visits the same future with the Flash that he talked to and brought back from this point of no return, was like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I lost everything to Savitar. Like, I did everything I could to stop him. I've done everything. And I finally beat him, but I don't know who he is. I can't help you. And then he's like, well, yeah, you can. Like, you need to fix yourself here. And it'll give me the courage I need to face Savitar in the past. That was my favorite thing from last season. As much as I disliked it for the Flash, I loved him going to the future. I thought that was so cool. The new suit that he got now, that they teased in the future, I was like, what? That's fucking badass. Like, no other show does that. No other show is like, here, let me go to the future real quick. Show you this. Show you this outcome for the future. That's a cool concept. I would love to see him go to the future again here soon. But anyways, we got 9 episodes, 3 metas. It's 1 meta every 3 episodes. There's not 1 in 15. I don't know about 16. I'll have to watch the promo after 15. But they have shit lined up very well. Like, I think it's pretty well balanced. We've seen a lot of DeVoe. I think we're going to see even more of him here soon. The Fiddler was a cool thing they used, but not. I think they could have used the Fiddler more. But the way they're playing things out, I would not be surprised if DeVoe dies and all the metas come back. Some whack-a-mole like that. Excuse me. I could see it. Anyways, I'm gonna go watch this last episode, and then I'm gonna come back and do a review for it because I'm super excited. Jay's back, Jesse's back, maybe Keenan Lonsdale comes back as Kid Flash. Who knows? There's a lot of guest appearances that I'm hyped for. I love this show. Let me go watch it. Peace out.